there are many particular fields on a screen which are there, and they can be like make user confused one. If that they are not necessary for users and the field is present or appearing on a screen, then it will confuse the user like what exactly to be done. That's why those fields can be hidden. So this is called as the status of the field. So these are the status, so this is called as field status. Okay, now when we talk about the field status, SAP has already provided us with the standard set of field status that we can use. So those we can copy and use them. There are total 41 groups which are there and provided by SAP. So whenever we get the SAP server, standard setup already consists of those one. Usually we get it with a name 0001 or 1000. So we'll now go and see it into SAP how to do that. So this particularly field status is such type of a setup which help to control the fields at the time of posting entry. Okay, so user need to make the entry in such a way that the field will become mandatory or optional or required as per the status which is maintained at the backend. Okay. Just let me log in into SAP. So once we log in, we can see how to do this in SAP. So this is where you can go SPRO, IMG. We have to go again into field status, financial accounting, global settings. In that we have to go to document, ledgers, fields, and define field status variant. So if you go and check these fields now, see when we go for the particular entry, I will show you. Say for example, I'm posting accounting entry. See, can you see here? These are the fields which are appearing on a screen. So there are different fields which are there. So these are the fields which are optional right now. So user may post entry or not, that is fine. So this is called as fields which are optional. So the status is optional. So such type of fields can be controlled from backend. To do that, we have to go into this. Let me show you path again. See, I have gone to SPRO, IMG, financial accounting, global settings, ledger, fields, define field status variant. Now usually we find 0001 is the standard which is available, but here in 0001 there are 43 entries. So what I have done is already actually we have completed this, but there was some issue with the recording, I think. So I'm trying to copy it again. So we have to select it. Then I have already created MAFE, if you all remember. So right now we are trying to give some different name. Or if you want, you can copy it from MAFV as well, which is already available because it consists of already 41, which are available, which I have already adjusted. Okay. And now if you go inside the field, see, general data, it consists of assignment text as optional, but remaining fields are hidden. And these are the one which you can see, assignment and text. Then if you go back to for the next additional account assignment, there are 3 pages. So you can imagine how many fields are already being there. Now let us say that the field status for this is suppressed. So you can make it as optional as per your requirement. Business area, segment. These are the terms which you are familiar with. So I'm showing those one. So like this, there are many tabs and many fields which are available. So G00 usually is used for general like liability and expenses account. For the material consumption account, G003. GLs which you create as a cost element will be having G004. For cash and bank account, we use G005. In G005, we have a value date field, which is a required entry. Okay, so this is required entry which is there. So we can use that as the mandatory field for cash and bank. Then G029 is usually used for revenue account, income related. So these are the groups which are already available. So you can copy from MAFE. Normally we copy it from 0001. But as already I have done this, so I'm just copying it and giving another name, like let's say for example, MAFS, for example, field status for MART. Okay, I'm not going to create or copy this. I have already assigned. I'm just showing you the step because we have missed it. Enter button, click on enter button. I have given exact step. Select it from this. Click on copy as button. Copy as button is here. I have shown you. Then click on copy as button, then change the name of field status group and then click on enter button. After clicking on enter button, you get message. Select copy all. Copy all. After copy all, you will get that message. 41 entries have been copied. Say yes. And then after this, you have to click on save button. Once you click on save button, system will prompt you with the current request number. And then you can continue with the same request which we have used. And now MAFS. I have already created MAFE and I'm going to use MAFE only. Just for the purpose of recording, I'm doing it again so you can find the steps. So MAFS I have given, and now you can go to field status group and you can see these are the fields which are available. Same step I have followed for MAFE. So now I will explain to you about MAFE only. Okay. Come back. So these are the fields which are already available. Now you have to assign this to company code. So assign the field status group to company code. So in position, give your company code. My company code is MART. For that, I have to assign MAFV. Okay. So this I have assigned and then save it. So here we have completed the field status group. Okay. Now, so I hope everyone is clear. If you have any query, just let me know. Define field status variant, T code is OBC4, and assign field status variant to company code, T code is OBC5. And these are usually the main one, right? Right now we need it in finance. G001 for expense, G005 for cash and bank account, G029 for revenue and income related GL, and G067 for reconciliation account. Okay, so this is the field status group. Now the next concept which is there, it's called as posting key. Now for posting key, what it exactly does? Posting key, this is the next concept in global settings. Posting keys are used to identify whether it is a debit part of an entry or credit part of an entry. And it is the setup which is already being again predefined. This is posting key is the setting which is already given by SAP and they are common. I mean, nowhere you have to go and change any posting key. We just have to check. We should know what exactly posting key means. Secondly, you should not at all have to change any setup. So you have to debit it and credit it. Whatever you want to do, you can do it based on the posting keys which are already being defined by SAP. Why this posting key is like, for example, telephone expense account debit. So when I write DR, I come to know that this is debit to cash account. So with to we identify credit, but system doesn't understand this ... DR or to cash account. So for system to make it understand, we have a posting keys which are given by SAP. So standard posting keys are already there, which we can check and use as it is. Nowhere you have to assign them to your company code, or you do not have to make any change. It's a client level setting. Client level means whenever we log in into SAP, we try to enter the client number, right? So client number means whoever is using company code in this client, for all of them, this is a common setup. So if you make any change, it will impact all those one who are already using client 999. So don't make any change. We just have to go and check. So for posting key, the T code is OB41, and by path here you can go in financial accounting, global settings, then document and define posting keys. See, you will find that there are already defined posting keys. If I have to use 01, for example, 01, it is telling me that it is for debit and it has a account type which is assigned. Account type, you remember, ADKMS. customer, vendor, GL, asset, material. So let me show you how these posting keys help us. See, for example, if I go to any entry, see here is a posting key. So if I select here 01 and if I go to account field, system is showing me the list of customers. System will show me the list of all customers which are already available. So based on 01, we use 01 posting key for debiting the customer, that is invoice. Okay. So when we try to talk about this, see customer list it is showing. Now I'm not even going out of the screen. Here just I will make it posting key as 31. Then if I go to the account field, system will show me the list of vendors or suppliers. Okay. So 31 is used for posting the vendor related entry. So it will show you the list of suppliers or vendors. Now if I change the posting key to 40, then if you go to account, system will show you the entry related to GL account. Okay. And if you go to 70, it show you the asset. So depending upon posting key, system is automatically changing asset. See asset. Okay. So how it is changing? It is already being defined in posting key that it is going to be used for what? 01 debit customer. So customer will be debited. So is it sales related? Yes. And reversal posting key. Now in SAP, there is only option. If you have already posted and your books of accounts are updated, then you cannot delete entry. The only option is you have to reverse it. Reverse means if you have given telephone expense to cash, then in telephone expenses, ledger, we have a effect of telephone expense we have given to cash, and in cash we have by telephone. So entry reversal is cash account debit to telephone. So in telephone now we will get it as by cash, and in cash to telephone. So this will get nullified 0. So that is called as reversal. So we are cancelling the effect by giving the reversal entry. So with which reversal posting key it will get posted, that is also given predefined 012 12. So if you go to posting key 12, it is the reversal, that is credit customer sales related and reversal posting key of 01. So this is how you can actually use this. Okay, 01. Now if you scroll down and go to 31, why system was showing me 31 with vendor? Because it has a vendor account time and it will get credited. Then for GL we use 40/50. For 40 for GL debit, okay, and 50 for GL credit. So this is a credit entry and debit entry, and 70/75 they are usually for asset. See, debit asset, 75 will be credit asset. So these are the posting keys which are commonly used. There are many transactions which are SAP created in such a way that the posting keys are defaulted in transaction. You do not have to enter. Few transactions are there where you have to enter, but in many transactions SAP has taken care that the posting keys will be defaulted from backend. So user will not need to select them. Okay, so these are the posting key. Again, they are at client level which are already being created. You do not have to make any change. We do not have to assign anywhere it to the company code. Okay, and these are the main posting keys. Asset 70/75, customer 111, vendor 21/31, and GL 40/50. Okay, so this is how posting keys are created already. Just go and check it. Don't make any change, and directly at the time of entry we have to use. So this is the second next concept in global settings. And in global settings, we have last concept which is called as document type. Okay, now what is document type? Document type help us to know what type of entry we are posting. Let me show you one report. For example, let's say if we go here, document list. Might be there are few documents, so it may take time. So I'm just showing the list, showing you the list of documents which are already being posted in this company code. So by just looking at the entry from the list, I can show you, I can tell you that with what type of entry is it. How can I tell you? It is depending upon the document type. Again, document type also has got same logic. Document type A start for asset, AA and AF are the asset document type. Document type which start with D, DR, DZ, DG, they are the one which are related to customer because D is the letter for customer. KR, KZ, KG. K letter is there for vendor. So the document type KR, KG, KZ, they are used for posting the vendor related transaction, and SA is the document type which is used for GL posting. So SEU and AD, KMS, S is for GL. So these are the standard document types which are again given by SAP. List is already been created, so you usually do not need to create document types. Meanwhile, I will just show you where the document types are there. So go to SPRO, which are predefined document types. They are again client level setting. You do not have to assign anywhere the document type to company code. All of us will use the same document types. Global settings, document types, define document types. See here you can find AA for asset posting, okay, AF for depreciation posting, DZ, DR, DG, they are related to customer. Then if you come down, then KG, KR, KZ for vendor. See, in this also the same logic. D for customer, DR, customer invoice, K for vendor, KR, vendor invoice, DR, KR, DZ, customer payment, KZ, vendor payment, DG, customer credit note, KG, customer credit note. So like that, the same logic is applied, and SA is the document type which we usually use for posting the GL related entry, SA. So these are the main document types, and apart from that there are many. So usually whatever they have given as the standard one, they are sufficient in SAP to be used. They are okay for us to use. Okay, so this is how SAP has already provided us. Now this is the document list. See, now I can tell you, let me scroll down a little bit. There are many entries. So see, SA, I can tell you that this is a GL entry, SA. So if you double click it, it will show you GL entry like 40, 50 posting key, which are already having GL related part. So SA is a GL entry. If you go to DZ, DZ is the customer payment entry, cash to customer or bank to customer. So this is the bank account and this is customer. So this is an entry wherein you have received the payment from customer. If you scroll down a little bit more, here it's a customer invoices entry, customer to revenue account or income account. See, customer to sales or revenue account. Okay. Then if you scroll down, it will have a KR document type. Let's say, I think KR entry is not there. Okay, it is not there, I think. But like this, you will come to know that based on this document type, how we can identify is because these are already predefined. So what we have to do, they are already predefined. I have shown you path already. OBA7 is the T code. So they are already predefined. You do not have to do anything. We have to directly use them. Okay, so now if you go to, for example, let's say if you go to DZ, DZ is a document type which is required for posting customer payment. So it just need customer and GL account. So account types are already assigned. For every document type, a separate number range is given. And if any reversal is to be posted, then for some of them, reversal document type is also been given. So SAP has already taken care of these one. So normally SA has a 01 number range. HF will have usually 05. DR is 18. DZ is 14. KR is 19 number range. KZ is 15 number range. So they are standard one. Okay, so if you go, let's say DR, you can go for these number ranges. Number is there. Range from to we have to enter. Okay, so now if you go and check it here in number range, here also you can go with a BN1 T code, or if you go back and check it from here for the document, see, just below the document type, there is document number ranges. So what we can do here, you can define document number ranges. Manually, you can define. See, if you go and check it for 1710, then you can check it. See, it is there, and manually, if you try to add it with insert line, it will allow you to add the number range manually. But there are many document types and many number ranges. How we can create so many? So it's better to copy. But see, here the number ranges are created one time. One time means if you enter the year 9999, means this number range is forever valid. See, these are 10-digit numbers, 1200199. They are valid, like 10-digit numbers will never get over. I mean, it take many years to over this number range. But see, today we are in 2025 means 9999 till that year, this number range is applicable. That is what it means. And it will tell you about the from number to number is the number range, and NR status means out of this, which is the last number which was already used. And external means usually after saving the document, system by default gives the internally number range one by one. If you select external means you have to manually type, but we never keep document number range external. Okay, and instead of 9999, what we suggest in SAP is your number always gets stored in SAP with, for example, 0100. Then same number can be repeated every year with a year specific number range. So what will happen, see, within 1 year never this number range will get over, but some or the other year it will get over. Then once the data is already updated with a number, again you cannot have a same number. So it will be a problem like with the same number. So what SAP suggests is try to have the number and then make it year specific. So I may have this same number for every year, but in the year 2024 might be this document number with 2024 fiscal year may have an amount of 500 rupees. But next year when I'm checking same document with 2025, that entry may have an amount of 5 lakh. So every year, same number range, number even if it is there, system always stored in SAP database the document number with fiscal year. So every year, even if you have a same number, it will be picked up with the document number, fiscal year and the document number. So it will not be repeated any year, right? It always have a different fiscal year every year. And secondly, then in such case, never ever your number range will get over and you will never face a problem of number range. Now, usually we already have a number range which is there. Just 1 minute. Sorry. Okay, so here we can already have the number ranges. So what we can do, we can prefer it to have a year specific and we can copy. So yesterday I have shown you like how to copy the number range. So I already have the number range which is created for my company code for the fiscal year 2024 as well as for 25. So what we have done, we have first taken it from another company code for the year 1999 in our company code, right? But it is already now being created for the year 1999. So I will just show you the step again, but I will not copy it. For example, copy to company code. So in this, we already have a company code which is there. So from that company code, I have shown you that for 1999, we can give it from MART. I think to Lawrence company code, I have copied it, LULU. This company code I have shown you like how to copy. You have to give the fiscal year, MART and LULU, right? And then might be system will after execute, system shows you the message that do you want to copy? We have to say yes, and then number range will get copied for the 1999 or 2021, 16, 2015, any number range earlier, which is not the present fiscal year. Presently we are in 2020. So try to copy and click on execute button. Once you click, you get a message that do you really want to save it? Say yes to that message and number range will get added. So this is how first time we copy it from another company code to our company code. And once it get added in FBN1, you can find, see, if you go here in FBN1 P code, and if you give MART, you will find that already the number range is there now for 1999. Now from 1999, I want to copy it for the current fiscal year 2025. But as 2025 is already being there, I will just show you the same step how to do it for 2023 fiscal year. But you all have to do it for 2025 only. Okay. So we have to, you do not have to keep this open. Come out of this and then again go for the IMG option. So here we have already, sorry, this one. See, I have already copied it from another company code for the fiscal year 1999, and from there now you will copy it for your current fiscal year. So here we have to go for copy to fiscal year, enter. Okay, and here I have to give now MART. Then from here you have to give 1999 and to the current fiscal year. Like usually it should have been 2025, execute, so it will add it for 2025. But I have already done it yesterday for 2025. That is why I am showing you for 2023. You all have to create it for 2025 only or 24. So what you will do, you will do this copy to company, copy to fiscal year step. You will do every year. I mean, if you have a April to March fiscal year, then might be on 29th, 30th or 31st March before starting the new financial year, or in the last week of the March, you will create this step as copy to fiscal year. So you will copy it from the earlier fiscal year to the current fiscal year like this. Okay. Now just click on execute. Like this, system will give you message in earlier step also that settings are changed. Do you want to do? Yes. And then it will give you that interval is added. So now for 2023, if you go to FBN1, the intervals are added in MART for 2023. So for you, it will show it has been added for 2025, which is a current fiscal year. Okay, so these are C 01, which is already there, right? If you remember, I have shown you for document type, the number ranges are already how document type recognizes number ranges for, sorry. If you go to define document type, for document type, the ranges